Hi, thank you for taking the time to take a listen and a look at what I'm thinking about doing for this next business, and also for weighing in on a potential name for it. I've been throwing around NewCo, CoreCo, and any stupid idea for some time, but would really like to make a decision so we can move forward. Anyway, let me give you what I would call the medium business model or description. So it's with all things related to me. We're going to launch this in a bootstrapped and organic manner. So our own capital, and expect to grow it just as customers pay for the business. NewCo or CoreCo is a company designed to ID, attach, grow, shop, and ultimately detach one or more podcos. Podcos are small service businesses that specifically deliver software services that are in the outer realm, we'll say the leading edge of technology. NewCo is effectively a mothership designed to move, hopefully, these technology firms or pods through their earliest stage, what I call the fun stage, and get them known and attractive to either acquirers or investors. CoreCo is only going to be successful if it can successfully nurture and help them exit in a continuous stream. In other words, not just one pod, but multiples. The general plan is to move it from nascent, like a two-person founded company, through to a $10 million valuation in 3 years. And the general life cycle is to ID a pod, which doesn't take too long, but to determine whether or not it looks like a good fit, to actually make the attachment, which includes things like 25% or greater equity transferred to CoreCo, CoreCo named as the managing member for Podco, CEO assigned to Podco by CoreCo, and then the founder and the CEO to be will lock a 3-year plan together for the growth and exit for the pod. The year 1 through year 2 is basically the big growth era. That's our primary focus as an organization too. But grow it, formalize the processes, mature the organization and the culture, and develop a reputation so that by the time year 3 comes around, we can begin to shop the pod and see if there's somebody that's interested in either taking it to the next level or acquiring it for themselves. And then finally, at the close of year 3, we would hope to be able to detach the pod or actually realize an exit. And and that would be an exit for the core regardless, including some sort of transition. But the pod itself and its members may very well stay on for life, for the extended period, because that is typically what is desired by an acquirer. So that whole process, roughly 3 years again, and that's not a hard 3 years, but that's going to be the general design. Just a note, ideal nascent podco characteristics. We're looking basically for advanced software services business. Again, whether it's significant at this point or not doesn't matter. The fact that the kind of service it offers is significant is the most important thing. There should be 2 or more founding members. We don't want to get any brilliant jerk soloists that come in and can't actually collaborate or build a team. At least one paying customer. We like idea people, but we don't want to express or experiment with ideas that have not been proven to have at least someone interested in them. Specific vision and a mission that matches what the pod is all about, and hopefully the founding members are really hot on that. That's what drives them. Technology savvy and visible founders is really a plus. This really adds to the ability to get the operation known and get kind of buy-in across the board, both for new employees coming in and also candidate customers. I mean, the whole thing really improves if you have a very visible founding member. Let's see, basically the shared aim. There should be a shared aim to actually grow to 10 million and to exit at that point. We're not looking for a lifer or lifestyler. We're not looking for someone that wants to meander. We hopefully, when we grab a pod, we are all aligned to move it as quickly as possible to that stage where they'll be able to get, recognized as a real entity and move on. Again, acquisition or investment is the next level and the next stage for the pod after being with us, attached to the core. And then finally, a willingness by the pod to be led by the CoreCo executives. So looking for coachable pod members and willing pod members. Going forward, CoreCo is going to obviously constantly be doing three things, right? Number one thing is to constantly focus on the growth of the attached pods. That's our raison d'etre, right? That we don't exist unless we can successfully move otherwise struggling pods into a state where they're significant. We would always be seeking out new pods to attach. So that's typically new technology, staying abreast of things. We'll have a pretty strong forward leaning there, not so far forward that nobody wants our stuff, that it's too early adoptery, but definitely on the front end of the adoption curve. Drive the exit of the mature pods, right? Anybody that's come up to a significant size, if we assess internally that we think we could probably get a value of 10 million, we're going to start the shopping process. And then finally, refining its own processes. The core has to constantly improve itself, remain best of breed for small and fast-growing technology services firms, because ultimately we would expect to have a reputation that pods will come to us and they'll even self-filter when they know that they're not of a good enough form to join us. And that's about it. Hopefully that helps you to choose a name. And also, if you have any negative or positive feedback, feel free. Thank you. Bye-bye.